A good woman is not just soft lips and a beautiful face. She is strength wrapped in grace. She is wisdom clothed in patience. She's not here to complete anyone. She is here to build, to nurture, to guide. And only a fool would overlook the power of her presence. See, this world tries to define women by their appearance, by how quiet they can be, by how much they can endure before they break. She bends, she adjusts, she carries burdens with dignity, but make no mistake, she is not weak. Her silence is not submission. Her kindness is not a sign to be taken for granted. Good woman carries vision. She doesn't just dream of a good life, she builds it. She's the type who will pray for you in private while motivating you in public. She sees potential, not just problems. She sees growth, not just pain. She sees purpose, and if she loves you, she'll remind you of yours every time you forget it. She doesn't settle for average, and she won't let you either. Her energy changes rooms. Her absence is noticed more than her presence is praised, because people often forget to honor stability until it's gone. But a good woman doesn't seek applause. She values respect. And she walks away from anything that threatens her peace, even if it once felt like home. She's not here to fix broken men. She's not here to mother grown adults. She's not a rehab center for the emotionally unavailable. She is a partner, a teammate, a force to grow with, not a project to be taken lightly. Good women bring clarity. They will hold you accountable, not because they want to control you, but because they want to see you win. And their love, it's rare, it's real, it's raw. And if you're blessed enough to have a good woman in your life, know that you are in the presence of someone who will elevate everything about you if you allow her. A good woman knows who she is. And because of that, she is selective about who she gives her time to. Her conversations aren't shallow. Her standards aren't low. She doesn't chase, she attracts. She doesn't beg, she chooses. And when she chooses, you understand, she is investing her energy, her loyalty, her mind, and her heart. You see, when a good woman loves, she doesn't play games. She's not interested in situationships or emotional confusion. She brings structure, emotional maturity, and deep connection. Her love teaches, it heals, and it transforms, if you're open to it. But this is what many don't realize. A good woman will not wait forever. She's not desperate. She's discerning. If she sees that you can't lead, she will lead herself. If she senses that you are lost in ego and pride, she will rise and walk alone. Because she knows her value isn't dependent on being chosen. A good woman is the kind of woman you don't meet twice. She's not about attention, and if you think you can replace her, you're only proving that you never truly saw her. So why do men need good women? Because a good woman doesn't just walk beside you, she elevates everything around you. Her presence brings peace, her love brings focus, and her vision inspires growth. She's not an accessory, she's not an option. She is an essential piece in the life of any man who dares to rise into his full potential. Not every woman is a good woman, but when you cross paths with one, you better be ready to level out, because her time is precious, her energy is sacred, and her love is too powerful to be mishandled. The good woman is not weak. She is powerful in silence and purpose. You may not always hear her speak the loudest, but her presence commands the room. There's something about the way she moves, the way she holds herself, the way she observes more than she speaks. In a world that associates volume with power, people often misunderstand her quiet nature, but her silence is not emptiness. It is discipline. It is depth. It is her ability to understand that not everything needs a reaction, not every battle is worth fighting, and not every voice deserves her answer. Her silence is not passive. It is rooted in knowing who she is. She doesn't speak to impress, and she doesn't perform to be seen. She carries herself with a quiet confidence that doesn't need validation. She doesn't enter a room to prove anything. Her energy speaks for her. You feel her before she talks, and even in her stillness, there's movement. She doesn't force people to notice her, they naturally do. That's the power of someone who is deeply in tune with their own soul. The world underestimates women like her because they don't chase the spotlight. But make no mistake, this is the kind of woman who builds empires in silence. She doesn't announce her plans, but she executes them with relentless discipline. She doesn't complain about what's not working, she finds a way to make it work. She doesn't crumble when she's tired, she rests, regathers, and rises again. The strength of a good woman isn't found in how loud she can be, it's in how unwavering she is in her purpose. She's the type who listens more than she speaks, not because she doesn't have something to say, but because she's already thought 10 steps ahead. She studies situations, she learns people, she reads the room. Her intuition is sharp because she's mastered the art of silence, and through that silence, she sees what others miss. She senses things that words can't express. Her discernment becomes her protection, and her peace becomes her power. People think silence means submission, but that's where they get it wrong. A good woman's silence is often her boundary. She doesn't argue to prove her worth. She doesn't fight to be chosen. She doesn't chase to be seen. She walks away quietly when something disturbs her peace, because she's learned that losing her peace is too high a price to pay. She doesn't engage in drama because she understands that not all chaos needs her comment. She protects her energy like a queen guards her crown, not because she's above anyone, but because she knows what it took to build that peace within her. She is focused, purposeful, and strategic. She's not reactive. She's intentional. While others are busy trying to get attention, she's outgrowing everything that once limited her. Her growth is quiet but powerful. It's the kind of growth that doesn't ask for permission. She evolves for herself, not to fit in. She doesn't seek to be liked by everyone because she's not afraid to stand alone. And that's what makes her rare, her willingness to choose solitude over settling, purpose over popularity, and authenticity over approval. The world teaches women to be loud, to be seen, to compete. But a good woman isn't in competition with anyone. She doesn't need to scream her worth. She doesn't seek to outperform others. She's too busy outperforming the person she was yesterday. She's locked in on her mission. She knows her goals. And more than that, she knows her values. She doesn't compromise them for temporary love or surface level success. Her path is slow, steady, and sacred. She's not rushing life. She's building it brick by brick. A good woman will walk with you through storms, not because she doesn't feel the pain, but because her loyalty is built on something deeper than convenience. She doesn't run when things get hard, but she won't stay where her worth is questioned. She'll give chances not because she's naive, but because she believes in people. But once she sees patterns instead of promises, she makes the hard choice to leave, not out of anger, but from a place of deep self-respect. And when she loves differently. She doesn't love to fill a void or to escape loneliness. She loves from overflow. She gives from abundance, not from desperation. Her love is patient, but it is not blind. Her support is loyal, but it is not foolish. She will stand by you, uplift you, believe in you. But if you mistake her softness for weakness, you'll lose her without even realizing what you have. She is resilient in ways most people will never understand because she's had to carry things in silence. She's had to heal without closure. She's had to endure without applause. She's had to keep going even when everything inside her wanted to quit. And somehow, she still wakes up with grace. She still shows up with kindness. She still chooses love, even when the world gave her reasons not to. You can't measure her strength in physical ways. Her strength is spiritual, it's emotional, it's mental, it's in the way she rebuilds herself in private, how she forgives even when she's never received an apology, how she continues to love even when her heart has been bruised. That is the power of a good woman. A good woman is not just soft lips and a beautiful face. She is strength wrapped in grace. She is wisdom clothed in patience. She's not here to complete anyone. She is here to build, to nurture, to guide. And only a fool would overlook the power of her presence. See, this world tries to define women by their appearance, by how quiet they can be, by how much they can endure before they break. She bends, she adjusts, she carries burdens with dignity, but make no mistake, she is not weak. Her silence is not submission. Her kindness is not a sign to be taken for granted. Good woman carries vision. She doesn't just dream of a good life, she builds it. She's the type who will pray for you in private while motivating you in public. She sees potential, not just problems. She sees growth, not just pain. She sees purpose, and if she loves you, she'll remind you of yours every time you forget it. She doesn't settle for average, and she won't let you either. Her energy changes rooms. Her absence is noticed more than her presence is praised, because people often forget to honor stability until it's gone. But a good woman doesn't seek applause. She values respect. And she walks away from anything that threatens her peace, even if it once felt like home. She's not here to fix broken men. She's not here to mother grown adults. She's not a rehab center for the emotionally unavailable. She is a partner, a teammate, a force to grow with, not a project to be taken lightly. Good women bring clarity. They will hold you accountable, not because they want to control you, but because they want to see you win. And their love, it's rare, it's real, it's raw. And if you're blessed enough to have a good woman in your life, know that you are in the presence of someone who will elevate everything about you if you allow her. A good woman knows who she is. And because of that, she is selective about who she gives her time to. Her conversations aren't shallow. Her standards aren't low. She doesn't chase, she attracts. She doesn't beg, she chooses. And when she chooses, you understand, she is investing her energy, her loyalty, her mind, and her heart. You see, when a good woman loves, she doesn't play games. She's not interested in situationships or emotional confusion. She brings structure, emotional maturity, and deep connection. Her love teaches, it heals, and it transforms if you're open to it. That is what many don't realize. A good woman will not wait forever. She's not desperate. She's discerning. If she sees that you can't lead, she will lead herself. If she senses that you are lost in ego and pride, she will rise and walk alone. Because she knows her value isn't dependent on being chosen. A good woman is the kind of woman you don't meet twice. She's not about attention, and if you think you can replace her, you're only proving that you never truly saw her. So why do men need good women? Because a good woman doesn't just walk beside you, she elevates everything around you. Her presence brings peace, her love brings focus, and her vision inspires growth. She's not an accessory, she's not an option. She is an essential piece in the life of any man who dares to rise into his full potential. Not every woman is a good woman, but when you cross paths with one, you better be ready to level out, because her time is precious, her energy is sacred, and her love is too powerful to be mishandled. Her love is intentional, rare, and transformational. It is not given lightly, not offered casually, and certainly not confused with attachment or need. A good woman doesn't love because she's lonely. She loves because she's full. She's full of grace, full of understanding, full of fire, and full of depth. When she loves, it's not for convenience or validation. It's not impulsive, and it's never reckless. She loves with purpose. She loves with awareness. She loves with her entire being. And if you're lucky enough to receive it, understand it's not ordinary love. It's the kind of love that leaves marks on your soul. She chooses you not because she can't be alone, but because in a world full of noise and nonsense, she sees something in you that aligns with her spirit. She sees a man worth growing with, a man worth believing in, a man who holds weight beyond his words. That she will not give herself to someone who doesn't match her frequency. She's intentional. She doesn't waste energy. She doesn't play with emotions, and she chooses you is because she believes you're capable of walking the path of depth with her. She believes in what you can become, not just for her, but for yourself. She's not chasing fairy tales. She's not here to be rescued. She's not romanticizing potential. She sees clearly, feels deeply, and decides carefully. Her love doesn't come from a place of desperation. It comes from a place of discernment. She doesn't need someone to complete her. She needs someone to complement her. Someone who understands that love isn't just about feelings, but about presence, effort, alignment, and growth. And when she loves, she doesn't hold back. She doesn't do halfway. She doesn't love in pieces. She pours. She nurtures. She uplifts. She covers you in prayer when you don't even know you need it. She listens with her heart. She speaks with intention. She supports with conviction. And she protects her love with boundaries. She doesn't allow just anyone to access that level of her soul, because she knows how sacred it is. She's rare because she doesn't allow love to blind her. She allows it to guide her. She sees the truth even in love, and that's what keeps her grounded. Her love transforms. It pushes you to evolve, not because she demands it, but because being loved by her forces you to meet yourself. She makes you want to rise, not out of fear of losing her, but because her belief in you becomes louder than your doubts. She loves in a way that makes you confront your own reflection. She doesn't soothe your ego. She awakens your soul. Her presence alone holds a mirror to the parts of you that need healing, and she loves you through that process without taking ownership of your journey. She will never force you to change, but her love makes you want to, not because she's trying to fix you, but because she sees you beyond the surface. She sees your scars and still loves you. She sees your flaws and still chooses you. But she also sees your growth, and she won't let you deny it. She won't let you shrink back into who you were just because it's comfortable. Her love challenges you to become. Her love makes you accountable. And that's why it's transformational, because it's not about control. It's about calling you into your truth. She doesn't use love as a weapon. She doesn't manipulate. She doesn't guilt trip. Her love doesn't come with games. It comes with consistency, with clarity, with emotional maturity. She will tell you what she feels. She will express her needs. She will open up, not because it's easy, but because it's real. And in a world that teaches people to hide behind coolness, detachment, and pride, her vulnerability is revolutionary. She doesn't do chaos. She doesn't do confusion. Her love is rooted in peace. If it feels like a battle every day, she's not going to stay. She believes in love that builds, not love that breaks. Love that supports, not love that suffocates. Love that elevates, not love that exhausts. She will show up for you with everything she has, but only if you're showing up too. She doesn't chase people who aren't ready. She doesn't beg for bare minimums. Her love is too sacred to be thrown at someone who can't hold it. There's a reason her love feels different. It's because she's different. She has done the inner work. She has faced her own darkness. She has healed in places most people run from. And because of that, she loves from a place of wholeness, not wounds. She's not here to project her pain onto you. She's not here to relive old stories. She's here to create something new, something conscious, something healing. And if you're not ready for that kind of love, she will not force you. She will love you enough to let you go, because she refuses to shrink her light for someone who still loves shadows. She loves through action, through showing up, through patience, through honesty. She loves in the small things, the texts to check in, the subtle reminders that she believes in you, the sacrifices you didn't even notice she made. But she also knows when her love is being taken for granted. She knows when she's loving more than she's being met. And when that happens, she'll shift. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. She doesn't fall in love blindly. She falls in love consciously. She falls in love knowing what she brings, knowing what she needs, and knowing what she deserves. She's not asking for perfection. She's asking for presence, for effort, for partnership. She knows relationships require work, and she's not afraid of that. But she will not carry the weight alone. She will not stay in places that demand her silence. She will not water herself down to keep a connection alive. She wants something real or nothing at all. She is rare because she doesn't settle. She doesn't hold on to people out of habit. She doesn't stay just because she's invested time. She stays where she's respected, where she's valued, where her love is not only received but reciprocated. And when it is, she blossoms. She becomes more. She creates space for both of you to thrive. Her love isn't selfish, it's expansive. It wants to grow you both spiritually, emotionally, mentally, because she doesn't just want someone to survive life with. She wants someone to evolve life with. Her love is quiet strength. It doesn't scream. It doesn't demand attention, but you feel it in the way she looks at you, in the way she supports your dreams, in the way she forgives. Not because she's weak, but because she values peace over pride. She knows how to stand up for herself, but she also knows how to stand beside someone she believes in. She is not just a lover. She is a partner, a mirror, a guide, a light. Being loved by her is not easy if you're not ready to be seen. She will not enable your denial. She will not let you stay small. She will push you, not with force, but with love. And that love, intentional, rare, and transformational, is not for the faint-hearted. It's for the man who is ready to love with his soul, not just his words. It's for the man who's willing to be vulnerable, willing to grow, willing to lead with integrity. She doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs you to be real, consistent, present. And if you can be that, you'll experience a love that doesn't just touch your heart, it awakens your life. She walks alone before she settles for less, not because she wants to be alone, but because she refuses to compromise her worth. Because somewhere along the way, she learned the difference between solitude and loneliness. She learned that being alone in peace is far more powerful than being surrounded in pretense. She discovered that her energy is sacred and that not everyone is deserving of it. She realized that love without respect is a prison and attention without intention is a trap. So now she chooses herself not out of pride but out of clarity. She walks alone not because she hasn't had offers, but because she's no longer impressed by surface-level attraction. She's not interested in temporary highs or half-hearted affection. She's not the woman you can keep with sweet words and broken promises. She's not the woman who trades her standards for potential. She has walked through the fire of her own becoming, and she knows what it took to build the woman she is today. She is not willing to give that away for something that doesn't match her depth. There was a time she believed that being chosen was the goal, that love meant sacrificing parts of herself just to feel wanted. But life taught her differently. Life taught her that not all company is good company, that some love stories are warnings, that the wrong relationship can cost more than heartbreak. It can cost your purpose, your peace, your identity. So now she guards her heart differently. She doesn't build walls, but she sets gates, and only those who carry real intention are allowed in. She has tasted the silence of her own space and found beauty there. She has sat with her own thoughts long enough to understand them. She has cried in the dark and risen stronger in the light. She knows how to take herself out on a date. She knows how to enjoy her own company. She knows how to walk into a room without needing to prove her worth. That kind of woman, she's rare. Because the world teaches women to settle, to accept less, to believe that any attention is better than none. but she rejected that lie. She walks alone because she knows what alignment feels like. And anything less than alignment now feels like noise. She knows how love should feel: steady, consistent, safe, passionate, yes, but not toxic, exciting, yes, but not chaotic. She's not here for roller coasters. She's here for evolution. She's here for peace, for partnership, for something rooted. And she knows that the right connection won't make her shrink to fit. It will make her expand. It will mirror her growth. It will honor her light. She's been through enough to recognize red flags dressed as butterflies. She's seen people say all the right things while doing all the wrong ones. She's learned that chemistry doesn't always equal connection, that desire doesn't always equal destiny, that just because someone wants you doesn't mean they deserve you. And now she listens with her spirit, not just her ears. She watches with her discernment, not just her eyes. Trust patterns over promises. She walks alone because her love is not for everyone. It's not transactional, it's not fragile, it's deep, healing, layered. It's the kind of love that requires presence, integrity, intention. And she knows that offering that kind of love to someone who can't hold it is not compassion, it's self-betrayal. She waits, not passively, but powerfully. She builds, she heals, she becomes. She's not waiting for a man to complete her. She's waiting for a man who complements the life she's already building. And when you meet her, you'll feel it. You'll feel the strength in her silence, the wisdom in her eyes, the confidence in her presence. She won't chase you. She won't beg for your time. She won't try to prove she is worthy because she already knows she is. She's not interested in convincing someone to see her. She's only interested in being seen by someone whose vision matches hers. She walks alone because she's done being broken by people who never had the capacity to hold her. She's done explaining her value to those who only value what they can take. She's done giving endless chances to people who never show up. She's done wasting her softness on those who confuse vulnerability with weakness. Her love is a gift, and she treats her such. It's no longer handed out freely. It's earned by consistency, by effort, by truth. She knows now that silence speaks louder than words, that distance reveals intention, that peace is more important than presence. She knows that not every loss is a loss. Sometimes letting go is the beginning of real alignment. Sometimes walking alone is how you walk back to yourself, and she's okay with that, because she'd rather walk in truth alone than sit in illusion with company. She walks alone because she is finally in tune with who she is, not the version others expected her to be, not the watered down version she once became to be loved, but the real, raw, unapologetic version. The version who speaks up, who says no, who walks away when something doesn't feel right, who doesn't need to explain her standards to people who were never meant to meet them. She lives in her authenticity, and that's why her solitude is not empty, it's full. She doesn't see aloneness as a void. She sees it as a canvas, a sacred space where she paints her vision, where she dreams without limits, where she rests, recharges, and reconnects, where she builds herself up so that when love does come, she's not offering pieces, she's offering a whole, healed, grounded woman. And that kind of offering only happens when you refuse to settle. She walks alone, not because she's given up on love, but because she believes in a higher love, a love that doesn't hurt to hold, a love that adds without subtracting, a love that feels like home, not like war. She knows that love is not supposed to make you question your worth. It's supposed to reflect it. And she will not give that title to someone who treats her like a backup plan, a convenience, or an option. She is not an option, she is a decision. And until someone chooses her fully, she will walk alone boldly. She's not hard to love, she just refuses to be loved poorly. She's not high maintenance, she just has high standards. She's not closed off, she's selective. She knows that access to her heart is a privilege, not a right. And if someone is not ready for her depth, for her devotion, for her truth, they don't belong in her life. She's not asking for too much. She's asking the wrong person if they're not willing to meet her there. She walks alone because she respects herself too much to beg for love. She's learned that begging for love breaks something inside of you. It makes you forget who you are. It makes you compromise until you can't recognize yourself. She's done with that. She's walking in purpose now, walking in light, walking in power. She's not chasing love anymore. She's attracting it. Through her standards, through her energy, through her alignment. She's the woman who walks away when her boundaries are violated, who lets go when effort disappears, who chooses peace over pressure. She's the woman who will love you deeply, but never at the cost of herself. And if that kind of woman walks alone, it's not because she's broken, it's because she's healed. It's because she knows that sometimes the most powerful thing a woman can do is to stand tall, walk alone, and wait for what aligns with her soul. And until it comes, she walks. Head high, heart whole, feet grounded, spirit free, because she knows walking alone with truth is always better than walking with someone who leads you away from it.